I think the Lost Boys was crafted, I think, somewhere in Russia, if I recall it well, in history. Okay, and we had the same similarities, where almost more than 90% of the population that went to Panyendo were all boys. And they had one thing in common: running away from the danger. As the war began in 1983, and that war reaches almost the community in all South Sudan. And in 1987, I became one of the lost boys that was displaced by the war. When we reached, we were about 1,000 lost boys that left from the area. We had a track until we reached Ethiopia in 1987. It was actually one of the first painful experience that I had because as a young boy, could be between 9 and 12 years old, because not knowing my exact age, we had a lot of problems on the way, and one of the problems was starvation, as you can imagine. Water was a big, and wild animals on the way. We left again in '92 until we reached a place called Nairus, which is very near to Kapoita. We stayed for a few months. Then UNHCR took us to Kakuma, and that's where I was registered as a refugee in Kakuma in 1992. There was a refugee settlement that was meant only for lost boys, and that started in 1998. And I had my toughest decision that I had to make, because at that time it was about 10 years or 11 years not knowing where my relatives are, and I was thinking, do I have to take a decision to go to America where I don't know how our people, maybe are they all dead or what had happened? So I decided to go to America. And in 2001, on April 8th, I left Kakuma. Then I reached in Atlanta, Georgia, April 10th, 2001. And that decision was really a best decision that I ever made, because I've been writing a lot of RCM, the Red Cross messages, to my relatives, and there's no reply. From, I think I started in 94 until 2001. I couldn't get any reply at all. And I was thinking, maybe there's nobody that's alive. And therefore I decided, okay, I have to go to America. The life is different, food's different. And I remember when I was with my American friends, they have different foods. And also it was tough even for us to get enrolled into universities and colleges. When I earn $1, I have to find out my parents. And I happened to talk with my brother for the first time in 2004. I was relieved. I was totally relieved. And I could know who is dead, I could know who is alive, I could know, and I was relieved then. So after independence of South Sudan in 2011, I decided, I thought, we have a country that we can all build together. And then I came here. Then when the war, the crisis It started in December 15, 2013. I had to be evacuated. And I remember they were telling me to go to Nairobi. I said, no, I'm not going to Nairobi. I will go to Ganyel. I think I was unemployed for about 7 months, 8 months. And then I finally get a job with ICRC in June of last year. We are doing a medical evacuation today, leaving Ganyel to Nyal, which is north of here, about 25 minutes or 30 minutes flight. So unfortunately, some cattle raiders came and attacked a village and took cattle, about 110 cattle, head of cattle according to the local source. They have killed 2 people and wounded 4. Now we are going to evacuate a woman and a 3-year-old girl from Nyal because there is no good medical facility in Nyal, so we are evacuating them to Ganyel for a better treatment, operations, and we'll also bring a caretaker together with that child. It's not me alone that decided to come back home. We had a lot of us that came back home that are even working either with the government or with the NGOs, or that are doing their private work as well. Unfortunately, we were all hoping to come home and build a home together. But some of us, most of us that did came, went back to America. And I'm one of the few that decided to stay because I was thinking it's not the right time for me to leave, because when your people are in danger, why would you have to go back? I'm always hopeful and optimistic that things will be better because this is the country that we all loved. This is our land, and we lost boys that have seen it all. And we want to have a better future. We have our country have a better future. And this is the hope that we are always praying for, so that this country can be better for all of us.